Of the air missions over Iraq have been flown from Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri.
We are the only assets right now over Baghdad.
And this morning, reports that the U.S. took out a major Libyan airfield using B-2 bombers flown from a base in the U.S. And a little bit about those B-2 strikes. There were 4 B-2 bombers used. Each dropped 16 bombs.
Tower, runway 19er, wind 180 at 7, clear for takeoff, change departure. Hey, Tower, Reaper 11, just on takeoff, climb out there. We took a bird in the left windscreen. Appears to have completely shattered the left windscreen. We're turning crosswind now for a straight in. Stand by for the number. This is Whiteman Tower with an in-flight emergency. Call sign is Reaper 11 Heavy, type Heavy B-2. Nature of emergency, windscreen failure on the left side. The pilot's desires are to land and stop on the runway.
Generating missions to answer the nation's call requires immediate availability and action from all members of the force. When a B-2 bomber is unavailable, it's an automatic 10% reduction in force capabilities. Anytime an aircraft experiences a single point of failure, the effects can be disastrous. For a B-2 windshield failure, you've just tripled the threat. The windshield is a stress panel, there are low observable features to minimize radar cross-section, and it's designed to protect the crew station from electromagnetic pulses. Changing this protection package takes time and attention to detail to preserve its integrity. With such an advanced window system, there are a lot of critical steps to ensure the most neutralized placement for optimized stress reduction, ultimately preserving the 3 critical design features. One of the more enduring steps involved manufacturing the shims, which were responsible for ensuring the windshield was set at the proper depth. This process involved taking a flat piece of material and conforming it to a multi-curved surface. Naturally, the material tends to twist and contort when laid in an unnatural state. If the shim isn't flat when drilled, hull alignment would be off, forcing the remanufacturing of a new shim. To preserve the transfer of electrical current, the shims must be completely flat against the curved surface when secured in place. This repeated shaping, drilling, and sanding to thickness of 8 shims per windshield assembly took up to 14 days and numerous trips between the aircraft and the metals technology shop, attributing to the mapped 617 miles of travel required to perform a windshield change. The distance between the aircraft and supporting maintenance facilities, the number of tools and trips required from the various AFSCs, and logistic requirements to support the change, all attributed to the need to get this done right the first time. Historically, aircraft maintenance technicians only received training when an aircraft experienced a windscreen failure, which didn't allow for an effective training schedule or session. These factors were taken into consideration during the review process, and many suggestions were implemented to ensure the proficiency of future maintenance teams. One of these suggestions involved utilizing a windshield bird strike test fixture to install unserviceable windshield assemblies to mimic removal and installation steps. This fixture is a multifaceted training aid and serves the needs of all parties involved in the windshield change process. This allows the maintenance technician to maintain proficiency by performing hands-on training such as windshield scuff scratch liner repairs, shim removal and installations, and liner trim training to secure low observable features of the aircraft.
With the team, they put themselves together and went and looked at what we could do to make the process better. How we could actually improve on tooling, how we can improve on the way we train people, and how we improve on the way that we just do business as a whole as a maintenance group.
I'm Staff Sergeant Kendrick Nelson. This is the B-2 window change program. We're going to talk a little bit about what we've done to improve the process and why it is that we've been able to reduce the time allotted. The repair process and techniques that have been established will extend the B-2 window's life expectancy. What that means is not only are we training our future airmen to change a window, but we can actually repair windows now. That's something that is going to allow us to keep these windows on plane, and we're going to be able to reduce the actual change process. We have the platform now. It's amazing. It's better access for us to get up and down. We're actually looking at the window. We're able to be more comfortable, if you will, when we're actually doing these changing. And you may not think that's a big deal, but when you're up there for 12 hours, it's a lifesaver. The installation, obviously, most critical step in the whole process. We have a very, very small, if any, margin of error when we do that. We've been able to take it and reduce the time to just under 4 hours, which you may think it'd be a long time to do, but with everything that's involved with actually putting a window in with this airframe, 4 hours is an incredible amount of time to be able to put that in and secure it.
We utilize new technology out there, such as the ferrule tool, and what that does is it allows us to take the old shim. When we peel it off, we trace around the outside and we'd pick up the bolt holes, and it gives us a 3D rendition of those bolt holes, and we can then cut out the new shims, and then when we install them, all we have to do is back drill the rivet holes, countersink it, and ream those bolt holes to bring us within the tolerance that's required for this repair.
To support the knowledge capture during these training sessions, the team also designed a self-contained multi-AFSC mobile CTK and bench stock trailer that covers all facets of the windshield change and repair process. The creation of this trailer alone minimizes support requirements by 173 man-hours, ensuring immediate availability of the required tooling to support operations. In addition to its convenience, the trailer is now a self-contained deployable asset, readily available to support all contingency requirements. This capability is paramount to the reduction in support requirements and further poises the technician to expedite the repair effort.
We are actually still improving upon the stuff that's gone on. This process started many, many years ago. September 2010 is a time frame of the award. But I want you to know that it's improved since the very first window change has gone on, because the right people have been involved. Since September 2010, the perfect people have been involved, and that actually makes for where we're at today.
First and foremost, training is paramount to the continuation of the success of the window change program and the process. If we don't have trained airmen ready to do this job whenever it happens, because again, it's not something that we can plan for. It's going to allow us to do off-airplane training, and I can't stress how important that is. It's a game changer for us. We can talk about it, we can show slides about it, but until you're actually there, until you're putting an actual window in a plane or even on a trainer, they're really not going to grasp it.
I'm Colonel Matt Kaman. I'm the 509th Maintenance Group Commander. I'm here to talk to you today about a team of mine that are competing for the Chief of Staff's Team Excellence Award. And I'm very proud of this team on many levels. First of all, when you hear Chief of Staff anything, you're excited, because we're all the Chief's airmen and we're all excited to do great things for him. And in this age of fiscally constrained budgets and troubled times politically and sensitively around the world, it's important that the B-2 has the ability to respond no matter what's going on around us. And what this team has done is truly phenomenal, and we're proud to be the Chief's Airmen, and we're proud to provide that combat capability. The second part of that award, of course, is the fact that it's a team award. We bring kind of a unique twist to that, because we're not just a team of maintainers, we are also a TFI unit here. So we have Air National Guard, we have active duty guys that both work together to try and come up with the best way to do what we felt would provide more combat capability and return aircraft to service sooner than has been the norm. So specifically what we've done is we've taken the window change process, and the B-2 is a complex weapon system. I've had the fortune to work on everything from F-15s, B-52s, C-130s, HH-60s, and B-2s, and what I've found is the B-2 is the most complicated weapon system, not just because we're a low-density, high-demand asset, not just because our fleet size is small, not just because we're a stealth platform, but because of the technical things that go into making sure this jet's combat capable. And combat capability is kind of what it's all about in our business as maintainers. We took a process that was approximately 40 days. When a window needs changing on a B-2, it's not quite like changing the window in your house, actually. There's a lot that goes in it to make sure that the LO integrity of the system remains in place, to make sure that the jet is safe to fly, and then turn it back for training sorties or for combat sorties if necessary. And what we did is we took this 40-day process, hugely intense, very few people could do it because we try not to break too many windows in the B-2, so people don't have an opportunity to do it a lot, and we cut it down to 27 days. We got a mock-up that allows us to train more people to do it, and anytime you have more people capable of doing something on the jet, they're more vested, they're more interested, they're more excited and more passionate about it. And in essence, what we've done is we've saved about $80,000 per window change. We make our own shims, which means now that the jet is all unique. Everything on that window is unique, and we've made the capability internally to ourselves to make sure that jet window doesn't break any quicker than it needs to. We've also compartmentalized some of the tools and some of the parts that we might need. All of this with one sole purpose in mind, and that is returning an aircraft to a combat-capable situation as soon as possible. This team is phenomenal. Again, when you're put up for something, when you get to be identified as the Chief's Airman in a Chief's Award, that makes us pretty darn proud. When you do it as a team with both the Guard and the active duty, civilian and military working side by side to come up with that stuff, that's awesome. When you save the government money, that's great stuff. But at the end of the day, it's all about returning that jet to service 13 to 15 days earlier than we used to, on cost, on time, and in spec. And what that means is that we as the B-2 community, we know we're going to be called. We are the first ones in. We are the only nation's B-2 bomber fleet. We are the only weapon system that holds everybody at risk across the globe. So ultimately, what has this team done? They've made it a lot easier for me to go kill the terrorist bastards and break their shit.